Chat, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like 5 minutes ago, I was recording a video about world events, but then I saw that Dan VR recorded a video, and I feel like I had to weigh in. Even though like between me and my friends, there's like an inside joke that I hate Dan VR, he's genuinely someone in the space that I have a lot of respect for. And I feel like as a person myself who is banned from the Deepwoken Discord, I can like weigh in and offer like a somewhat unique perspective here. Because quite frankly, these mods are like tweaking. So if you want to listen to my opinion on this, just strap up, chat. Let's get into the content. Chat, if you've been living under a rock, there's been a lot of Deepwoken mod drama in the recent week, with videos from Crusher, Sheep, and most recently Dan VR, all talking about like seeming corruption within the mod team. And now yours truly is tossing his hat into the ring. Now obviously I don't want to just toss my hat into the ring for no reason. I want my commentary here to be helpful to some extent. So I've decided to split this into 3 different sections. The first is going to be my personal experience with the mod team, then it's going to be mod bias, and then finally it's going to be the new rules that Dan VR discussed in his latest videos and the problems that I see with them. And also just general stuff that he mentioned in his video, of course. So I think it's the best to start off with how I got banned from the Deepwoken Discord. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but here, just bear with me, chat. One day I was in the Discord chat in Deepwoken, and there was a guy who was being weirdly misogynistic. And this guy said something crazy, I don't remember. So I respond to him, "How tall are you?" And then I asked him, "Do you believe in God?" And then I dully responded to this brother, "How are you gonna believe in a God that made you 5'4"? Not even 5 minutes later, banned. And the funny thing is, at the time, I didn't know why I got banned, because the Deepwoken server is so good and professional that they don't actually tell you the reason why you got banned, so you just gotta sit there and guess. Only when I appealed a week later did I find out that I got banned for making fun of short people. Which low-key has me thinking that the mod that banned me was definitely 5'4", because I've made that joke plenty of times in the Deepwoken server, but just that one time I got banned. So to whoever little 5'3" munchkin whose feelings I hurt on the mod team, I'm sorry, but please unban me. And that whole idea of this specific mod being more mad about what I said kind of ties into my next point of mod bias. And in that I mean that the rules are completely malleable and they just change depending on which mod you're dealing with and how they're feeling on that particular day. I don't need to tell you about Valakis and his whole experience last year, where suddenly a mod invented a rule that you aren't allowed to use people in thumbnails. That situation was so bizarre. People just don't seem to talk about it anymore. Another crazy example is the one in Dan VR's video where a mod just basically banned him for being mean to him. Chat, I've been searching high and low, and I can tell you one thing. Nowhere on the rules does it say that you can't be mean to, what's this nigga's name? I don't even want to say this guy's name to give him free club, but whoever you are, bro, there's no rule saying that that people aren't allowed to be mean to you. Boo-hoo, you're on the internet, cry more. And I seriously question whether people who are so volatile that you saying that they're dumb makes them ban you probably shouldn't be a moderator. The vetting process should have been a little bit more rigorous there, in my opinion. The final thing I really want to talk about is the idea of oh, the CC role is an endorsement, we can just take it away whenever if we don't like what you do. And this is fine, except for the fact that the moderator in question mentioned using common sense. And the example they used for common sense was Valakis using Natoons in a thumbnail, which is insane. What do you mean that's common sense? That's not a normal thing to do. If anything, in this situation, Natoons is literally a weirdo who's just tweaking for no reason. And then the mods are just there to buy in and support his tweakery. Why are we endorsing this? But I think the whole idea of what these people are saying is even more harmful than just that. They say the Deepwoken CC role is an endorsement of sorts, and I agree with that to an extent. If people are out here posting blatantly racist things and stuff, obviously you don't want them to have the CC role. But the thing is, Dan VR, Valakis, all these quote-unquote banned YouTubers weren't doing that. But then you guys go and make them scapegoats for seemingly no reason. I don't think people who just make slightly edgy jokes, or jokes that are just jokes, not even edgy at all, should just be denied access to the Deepwoken server. Especially as a content creator, being in the server is such a fantastic opportunity to network and also just make connections and find video ideas, and denying someone that is really bad in my opinion. Obviously if someone's on YouTube being racist, get that ass banned. But what the mod used in the example just kind of scares me, because What it seems to me is that the stuff that, the moderation team doesn't endorse doesn't have to be in the rules. It can just be something that this particular mod didn't like, and all of a sudden you're blacklisted. And then getting your next paycheck, buying your next meal is suddenly just infinitely harder because some guy just doesn't like you. And me personally, the idea of my bag being like thrown off because some fucking loser doesn't like me really pisses me off. And I think if you're a Deepwoken player, that should piss you off too. I don't know what we can do as a community because the mods, they'll just ban us all and they don't seem to care because they're just gonna sit in their hug box like losers. But we need to make our voices heard because at this point, it's just starting to get ridiculous. Just like a little closing note, I just want to say that like, all y'all content creators like out there, y'all need to speak up about this. Agamatsu, all of you, because this is crazy. And every one of y'all who are silent are complicit. We shouldn't normalize the culture of mods not liking you leading to you just not being able to interact with the community. And in my opinion, any DeepTuber who doesn't mention the scenario in at least some way is contributing to that. And I personally don't mess with that. This is probably my most polarizing video yet, so I don't know how to end this off, chat. Just, I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.